Look, let me guess how this month went for you. Your paycheck hit your account. You felt that tiny rush of relief, maybe even confidence. You told yourself, okay, this is the month I get back on track. And then, groceries were more expensive than you remembered. A subscription renewed that you forgot you had. Amazon somehow showed up 3 times. You swiped your card without thinking because, it didn't feel that bad. And now it's the end of the month. You're checking your balance like, wait, where did it all go? Here's the thing. You're not irresponsible. You're not bad with money. And no, it's not just inflation. What's really happening is way more subtle than that, because most middle-class Americans aren't losing money from one big mistake. They're losing it from small, normalized habits that feel harmless, but compound brutally over time. And today, we're going to talk about the ones nobody warns you about. My name is Tony, and I spend way too much time thinking about 7 things middle-class Americans waste money on every month. If you're someone who makes decent money, but still feels like you're barely moving forward, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because this channel, Wealth Momentum, isn't about getting rich quick. It's about understanding why money keeps slipping through your fingers even when you're doing everything right, and how to quietly flip that momentum in your favor. Let me challenge a common assumption right out of the gate. Most people think wealth is about income, that if they could just make an extra $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a year, everything would finally click. But here's what most people don't realize. According to the Federal Reserve, over 60% of Americans earning between $75,000 and $150,000 still live paycheck to paycheck. Read that again. These aren't low earners. These are nurses, engineers, managers, dual income household. So if income alone doesn't solve it, what does? Momentum. And momentum is either quietly working for you or silently working against you every single month. Let's talk about the leaks. Number 1, lifestyle creep disguised as normal. Look, I'm not anti-comfort, but lifestyle creep is sneaky. It doesn't show up as, I'm rich now, let's buy a yacht. It shows up as a nicer grocery store, slightly better restaurants, a more expensive phone plan, upgrading things before they're broken. Here's a real example. Let's say you increase your lifestyle by just $400 per month after a raise. That's $4,800 per year. Now here's where it gets really interesting. If instead that $400 was invested monthly at a 7% return over 30 years, that's over $450,000. Same money, different direction. Lifestyle creep doesn't feel dangerous because it's gradual, but it's one of the biggest killers of long-term wealth momentum. Number 2, subscriptions you basically use. Now you might be thinking, Tony, it's only $12 here, $15 there. Exactly, that's why it works. The average American spends $219 per month on subscriptions, according to C+R research. That's over $2,600 per year, and most people can't even name all of them. Here's the psychology behind it. Subscriptions remove decision pain. Once you don't feel the swipe, your brain stops evaluating value. Action step, once a year, do a subscription audit, cancel everything, then manually re-add only what you actively miss. You'll be shocked how little comes back. Number 3, overpaying for convenience. This one hurts. Food delivery, ride sharing when public transit exists, paying fees to avoid mild discomfort. Here's what most people don't realize. Convenience inflation compounds faster than price inflation. A $14 meal becomes $28 with fees, tips, and delivery. Do that twice a week, that's $2,900 per year. After tax, which means you probably needed to earn $3,800 just to fund convenience. Convenience isn't evil, but unconscious convenience is expensive. Number 4, car payments that quietly control your life. This is the one no one talks about because cars are emotional. The average new car payment in the US is now over $730 per month, according to Experian. Add insurance, maintenance, gas, you're looking at $1,000 to $1,200 per month. That's not transportation, that's a lifestyle mortgage. And here's the psychological trap. Cars give immediate status but long-term stress. They lock in fixed expenses that reduce flexibility, investing ability, and career freedom. Action step. If your car payment plus insurance exceeds 10 to 15% of your take-home pay, it's costing you more than you think. Number 5, retail therapy after stressful days. Ever notice how spending spikes after bad days? That's not coincidence. Studies from the American Psychological Association show that stress directly reduces impulse control. So when work drains you, your brain looks for relief, not logic. This is why people overspend at night. Solution: delay purchases 24 hours when emotional. If it still makes sense tomorrow, fine. Most of the time, It won't. Number 6, paying for financial ignorance. Late fees, high interest, missed opportunities. This is the hidden tax nobody budgets for. A single credit card at 22% interest can quietly cost tens of thousands over time. Financial education pays the highest ROI, but people avoid it because it feels boring. That's why you're here. Number 7, not automating good behavior. Look, willpower is unreliable. Automation beats motivation every time. People who automate investing save up to 40% more over time than those who rely on manual decisions. Action step, automate first, spend what's left, not the other way around. Here's the big idea I want you to take away. Wealth isn't built from intensity. It's built from direction. Small leaks destroy momentum. Small systems create it. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be intentional. Look, I know this stuff can feel overwhelming, but the fact that you're watching this already puts you ahead. Momentum doesn't change overnight, but it does change quietly, consistently, predictably. If this video helped you see money differently, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this matters. Subscribe to Wealth Momentum if you want clear, honest conversations about money without hype or guilt. And remember, you don't need more money to start building wealth. You need better momentum. I'll see you in the next one.